Hi. Look at this filter. Oh my god, it's like some Arab shit. That's why I chose this, because why not? But my eyebrows look big though. What the hell? Anyway, so I want to talk about some people experiencing dark interferences, supposedly after meeting their so-called real soulmates, after meeting false soulmates, if you know what I mean. Very strange. So I just thought of talking about this. Anyway, so there's one case of a lady who was with her false soulmate, counterfeit soulmate, for like a decade. Yeah, long decade history. So they were together, dating stuff, relationship. Then they would break up, of course, every time because she can't stand him. So she would break up with him, and she called him a demon. He's like a demon. What else did she say? Oh yeah, so when they break up, they would rekindle again, like reconcile, and then they started dating again, but it wasn't that serious, it was just casual. And suddenly she met a real soulmate, supposedly. So yeah, her real soulmate showed up after dating her false twin. Isn't that weird? So yeah, then her and her real twin, supposedly, they started dating. What happened is that, after they met each other dating or whatever, she experienced dark interference, like spiritually attacked, where all of her emotions and feelings that she's supposed to feel with her real soulmate is being flipped towards the false one instead. Like all of her feelings is being shut down, like switched off towards her real soulmate, and now it's switched on towards her false soulmate. So all of her feelings towards her real twins, like she doesn't feel them, and now she feels for her false soulmate instead. Wow. So when I read about this, bro, like, no, that's heavy interference. That's very strange. Like, can you imagine? But you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of spirit spouse demons, aka spirit husband, spirit wife, incubus, succubus, those sex demons. They're capable of doing that, manipulating emotions or feelings. And they're, these demons or forces, they're vicious and very stubborn. Like, those demons, like, won't let you go. But in her case, she was being interfered by aliens, so alien love bite. Yeah, that's crazy. And I think her mistake is that she rekindled with her false twin when she's not supposed to. I think maybe this is what happens. um, the soul tie is there. She needs to break that shit off. Break ties with him, including the entity, like get rid of them. Then probably she wouldn't experience this probably. Yeah, crazy story. How she knows she met her real twin is because she did DMT, MEO5, DMT, something like that, DMT, and she said that God showed her her real twin in some higher dimension of 5D. So that's how she knew that her real twin exists there. And I guess this is probably the one that she met, probably. I don't know though. Am I missing something? Sometimes it doesn't make sense, because why you meet your real twin in the wrong time, you know? Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't make any sense. Okay, I'm done with this. Now moving on to another case of a lady who has dealt with, false twin situation. Yeah, she met her real twin, got married, things progressed between them, like how soulmate relationships supposed to be. After she got married, suddenly she started dreaming about her false twin, her false soulmate, like every time, as if she's being harassed, and it's spiritual attack, obviously. It's being bothered by him in her dreams. There are two reasons why this has happened to her. Number one, could be intentional or not. Her false twin probably astral projected into her dreams. He probably could astral project or has this ability, and he tried to have access to her like a portal through her dreams. Number two, it could be a demon masquerading as her false twin and try to have access to her through her dreams. So dreams are a portal to the spirit world, right? And when you're in your dream state, you're the most weakest and most vulnerable. And this is where the dark forces try to have access to you, because most of the time you're unconscious. And when you have a dream, they try to have access to you and get you to sign up soul contracts or whatever contracts. All they need is consent from you. So it happens when you're unconscious, unfortunately. And yeah, this is why when you wake up from your dream, make sure you rebuke your dreams, cancel contracts. Through words affirmations, so people pray. Fuck, man, I feel sorry for them. Okay, so is there another case? Fuck, I forgot. Yeah, I think that's all. But yeah, this whole thing, bro, reminds me of Spirit Spouse Demon and the movie called The Adjustment Bureau, where two soulmates are destined to be together, but being separated by forces constantly, aka the Hatman alien freaks try to separate them. And yeah, this is what reminds me of. Fuck, man. But yeah, some cases for some people, false twins do come back and interfere. Along with the demons, they're hella stubborn. And some people's false twins don't come back, so. But yeah, some people meet soulmates, the real soulmates, after false twin situation, and they end up happily ever after. But this is not the case for some people. If you meet your real soulmate, that doesn't mean that you won't experience dark interference. I guess this is the truth. Just because you meet your real soulmate, that doesn't mean that, oh, I'm free, that's it. No, you might experience another interference. Your false twin might show up, or demons coming back. Yeah, because you broke free and they're trying to have access to you again. It's like a test, crazy. But yeah, it might be not the case for you, but some people's, they still experience interference. Also another thing, some people have more than one false soulmate. Two soulmates. Yeah, I remember when I was part of this twin flame cult movement, I was in those groups. There were two guys, and both of them had two twin flames. Twin flame, right? False soulmates, bro. Two guys. One has two false soulmates. The other one has two false soulmates. So two on each side of them. Yeah. All false, like no union, always interference, some kind of drama. They're so unhappy. Here you go. And and they thought they're polyamorous. Bro, I think this video is gonna be long because I got so much to share. So about false soulmates, but yeah, some people meet more than one false soulmate, even two at the same time. God. The limit is apparently 4 false soulmates, bro. That's too much. It's intense. But then I remember one of them said that not all of them are demonic or bad to you. They call them catalysts. And yeah, false is false. It means that it won't last and you should get rid of them. So yeah, this girl, lady, sorry, not a girl, she's older woman. I remember she said she met catalyst, bro. How many? 3, I think, or 4, 3. And then she met her supposed real twin, but in the astrals instead. She meets her twin in the astrals, and she knows her twin exists in real life. She might have seen him, I think so, but there's like no physical union, if you know what I mean. So her union is in the astrals, bruh. But the physical union is important. Like, how would she know that she's gonna end up with the real soulmate this time? You know, where's the physical union? Why does she have to meet him in the astrals? It doesn't make any sense, right? Exactly. Anyway, so all of these stories that I've read or heard, it made me to reflect back on my situation. So I'll go from my past, you know, the false twin situation. You know, I had two people, bro. Two different people telling me that I will reconnect with the false twin, bro. This guy. Two people telling me that. And I was just sitting here like, what? How? What? Why? They told me this, bro. That we're connect with him, or you know, he's gonna come back. Oh, that was weird. So this was like several months ago. I think it was last year. You know, the prediction. Yeah, I just thought of sharing. I didn't like what I heard. That was disappointing. Yeah, two predictions, bro. Come back. Even if, let's say, even if I'm with my so-called real soulmate, he'll come back. What the fuck, you know? Very weird. Yeah, it does happen to some people. Where their false twins come back. Interference. Well, if he wants to come back, it's because I broke free, moved on, or detached. Then he feels the pull, then he comes back probably to have access to my energy again, to siphon me. Or maybe because he comes back to threaten me. Maybe some kind of drama might happen, maybe. And then message me and threaten me probably. That's what I'm gonna assume if the predictions happen. I'm pretty sure nothing's gonna happen to me. So I'm not experiencing any demonic interference, so far so good. So I'm pretty positive about my future. I don't know what's gonna happen though. Like, I have no idea. But I'm pretty positive that, you know, I'm actually fine. So, and nothing's gonna happen to me. Well, I guess I'll have to make an update in the future in case if anything happens to me. But yeah, cases like this is why people need to have stronger boundaries and have strong spiritual protection, psychic shielding or whatever. and they really need to prove themselves as well, that they don't want any of this, like none of this. They don't want to deal with the false twins, with the demons, whatever. They really need to prove themselves through their actions, not just words. You have to stay committed into getting rid of all of this. Because from my experience, I stayed committed to what I want and what I don't. Yeah, what I don't want. Stay committed and consistent in getting rid of these attacks. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Look at my eyebrows. Bye.